You don't just use the electrical tape in a box that's out in the weather.
The homeowner we spoke to tonight says he decided to install solar panels because he wanted to save money on his electric bill. The thought of them possibly catching fire never crossing his mind.
In these neighborhoods, we have a lot of people that come by that are salesmen and they want to sell us their panels.
Okay, so that's the first thing that everybody should avoid. If somebody that wants to sell you home improvement knocks on your door, that's probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's not a door-to-door salesman thing.
Yeah, you don't have any history on nothing.
Nothing.
I've heard them up on the roof doing an inspection, going around the neighborhood, like, hey, how does free solar sound? Like, yeah, why not? I take it. If it's free, I'll take it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's not free, but they're good at making them believe it.
So I waited a year to see what he thought about, are they a good company? Is he getting what he thought? And he loved it, so I went with the company.
He says at first his experience was great, but then about 4 months in, he got a call from a neighbor telling him to get home right away because some of the panels were on fire.
They contacted another guy who ran and cut the power off and jumped up on the roof with a hose and then actually sprayed it out. My child sleeps right underneath that, which is terrifying.
He says when firefighters arrived, they noted 2 of the solar panels had caught fire and said
that if my neighbor hadn't got to it when he did, my house would have burnt down.
Sherry Wilson, Dallas's first female firefighter who retired after decades of service, says cases like this one are incredibly rare.
Yeah.
There's about 1 in every 10,000 is what NFPA and some of the other sources that I was looking at are saying.
When trying to prevent this from occurring,
I think using a reputable provider is going to be your first most important thing.
Always.
But you can have power surges, you can have overvoltage, you can have faulty products.
As for Nathaniel, he says he's still trying to work with the company that installed the panels, waiting for the situation to be resolved.
Even if they fix this problem, it's still going to be difficult turning these panels back on.
I believe
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Who wants that system up of them? Like,
Don't have any peace of mind now.
I would tell them get the panel, get everything off. Like, I don't want that thing on my roof.
Yeah,
I was lucky the first time that the neighbor caught it on time, and
yeah.
I don't want to have that thing up on my roof.
To catch fire like that, someone had to do something really, really wrong. There's so many things in place according to code that proper manufacturers build into their systems and that installers should know how to install. But the rapid shutdown, if you have something like that, you should have panel level monitoring and control that can shut those panels down right as that starts to happen so that it doesn't keep arcing and continue to fuel that fire.
Well, tell us about some of the things you've seen in a junction box, right? So all your panels have to be wired together and they come into a junction box, and the junction box goes down into the house. So it's like connecting all your panels to the main power. But we've seen some crazy stuff.
Yeah. So the proper way to do it is to use crimps that are approved for this and listed for this application. And those crimps have caps that go over them, and so it's watertight. Sometimes people will use wire nuts, which is not ideal. Wire nuts fine inside the house, but if you're up on top of the roof, you can put the wire nuts with a watertight compound in there, and that's acceptable. Still not ideal, but what we've seen, which is just next level crazy, is on older solar panels that just goes straight from the solar panels down to an inverter with nothing in between. If it's done incorrectly, it's pretty dangerous. And this was a system like that. It didn't have any protection at panel level. Just twisted the wires together inside that junction box and put electric tape around it. This is mind-blowing to me because that's asking for a fire.
Right.
That's high voltage getting put out by those panels, and those things are going to start to arc in there and start to catch fire. Luckily, Carlos, one of our inspection technician, was at that job, and he caught that and he fixed it. But I mean, that he pretty much prevented a...
Could have ended like this.
It could have ended like this, yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of stuff we see when we go and look at other people's systems, right? That's a basic installation thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you don't even have to have too much knowledge to know you don't just use the electrical tape in a box that's out in the weather.
But that's the thing again with subcontractors. You never know who you have up there, right?
Yeah,
So-
because then even so that it keeps going down, right? And then that guy's got to make money. So then he goes to Home Depot and finds the guy there, and oh yeah, I've done panels, sure, okay.
And he knows he gets $100 or $200 at the end of each day. So let's rush through it, let's get it done, and jump on to the next one. No, it's crazy.
Yeah, and there's no quality control because there's so many different companies involved in so many different steps that the company that you signed with, they don't know whether you have a quality installation or not because it's too many steps down. With us, we look at every job, we check that it's done correctly. Our guys are well trained and we still check it out and make sure that it's done correctly, it's good. Giving them continual feedback, continual training, and we've got quality control to avoid crazy things like putting electrical tape around a solar wire.
And like you said, continual improvement.
Yeah.
You know that's what we're about. We're always thinking like, how can we improve the process? It benefits the customers and the employees, right?